Susie.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Episode 496. We're getting there.
Oh, I know. We're so close. I've been putting together my list of things that make us angry, and it's great.
Oh, and I wanted to tell people I set up a voicemail for people to call.
Oh, I have to
We're
try
probably
to be
gonna
quiet and
regret
contain my
this.
enthusiasm because Ren's like in meetings right outside the other door, and I get very loud when I'm
Control
on here and get
ourselves.
excited. But that is so exciting.
Listen, I was like, people can just call and tell us what they love about us or whatever. But then I was like, wouldn't it be funny if they called and asked us questions that, like, there's no way we know the answer to, but then we just make up answers. Like, why is this
pretty
guy
much do
blue?
that anyway. Yeah.
Why
And I'll
is-
tell you that. Yeah.
Why is water wet? Whatever.
Right.
So if
Whatever
you want to sing us praises, our praises, or if you want to ask us a funny question, or if you want to share a
This
good
is
memory,
so good.
anything you want.
If you just want to, like, I don't know, like let it be. You can be anonymous. You could just call and just say, like, get something off your chest.
But don't be
and
mean.
Say like, not about us, but I mean, like, say, like, use it if you just wanted to, like, you could use it for a million things.
Reveal a
If you,
secret.
like, get drunk one night and you're like, I want to tell something to somebody funny, and then you just call us or tell something funny to someone. You call us.
Know, however, that we might use the audio in our 500th episode.
Oh my God, I love this so much.
Do you think I should say the phone number or put it in the show notes or both?
Both, man?
Okay, so
Freaking
here's-
A. I'm gonna
Frickin'
let's open up the lines. Callers.
The phone number is 724-634-8776.
Oh, that's a good number.
It's a good number. I'll also put it in the description, so if you are driving or whatever, you can look and find it.
I love it.
Isn't that fun?
Oh my gosh, that is so exciting.
Okay.
Ah, Suze, always coming through. Always
I
with
know.
new exciting things. I will say, a few people have said they miss the soundboard.
Oh, yeah, I miss it too.
And they feel like I should be able to have the soundboard. There was one in particular. She said I should be able to have the soundboard for when... I don't know. It's something that I say. But it makes sense. It was a very appropriate... I should look that up. But it was a very
like that they're
appropriate...
producing the show. Like, they're thinking of new ways to make it amazing.
You know, if they're women, we love it. If they're men,
That's so true.
they can fucking can it.
That is so
You know.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
I'm
I
like not interested.
that they're thinking like, oh, I miss the soundboard, and it could be used in the following
Yes.
ways.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Speaking of things that people tweeted at us, after we had I love how you always say but that maybe it's because like my reaction. But did you see the thing that the article that somebody put after we talked about the sex dolls, about the bizarre the disappearance of Stephanie East?
No, who is that?
Oh my God, this is great. Okay, so I'm just going to read you this opening part.
Okay.
Social media sleuths are demanding answers after stumbling upon the once fiery romance between Terry W. East and Stephanie East. The couple has caused mass panic across Facebook after Facebook users learned that Stephanie appears to have gone missing in 2018. This is probably a good point to mention that Stephanie is a sex doll.
No.
So apparently, this was like a man and his sex doll couple or girlfriend, and they had a relationship. Not only did they have a relationship, like I can't even say they. I mean, he. Come on, because like she. I assume she's consenting, but it's hard to say because we're not getting a verbal. And they had a doll child together. I want to send you
My God.
the picture
They had
of
a doll
what
child.
the birth of their doll. This whole oh my god! I have to get it to you so fast.
Come on.
It is like he set up a whole delivery room for this doll. So he's got this family with her and everything. I just sent it to Susie, so get ready for this, guys.
Oh my God! Wait.
This is her giving birth, and
She looks like she's at the gynecologist, of course, because she is giving birth after all.
You can't even see. I will read you what some of the things on the picture say. Mom awaiting delivery, and she is so calm.
She was. That's true.
Yeah, she was. This is true. Factual. Mom getting set up for delivery. Mom getting set up is the correct term. Because she is being physically set up, yes, by you. Next is a picture of what I assume is like his friend who is very agreeable, and she's dressed up as the like nurse, and she's got a midwife, and it says and she's got like she even has which this does not look like it is what they would use in the hospital. But she's got some rubber gloves on and the mesh hat, the mesh net like cap to hold her hair back.
With the tools of her trade.
Not sure, but one of them may bleed out. Hope she is good. Why would you even put that in there? And then they do the birth. And then there was even a photo of him passed out that he posed where it says, "Yep, I did pass out. Couldn't handle it. Still praying for the baby and mom."
Sarah.
Yep.
Sarah.
Yep.
I am not okay. Why are these people doing this?
He even gave her a birth certificate and everything. So this was like this went viral, of course, and people were curious what happened. Well, now it's just been like radio silence, and so this group has become a Facebook group started called "Where is Stephanie East?" That's grown to almost 3,000 members.
We
and
need
the group
to join.
is like, oh my god, what if? Maybe we should. I could use a hobby.
Wonder if they have theories, like if they just sort of grew apart, or
she took the kid and maybe he was like a deadbeat dad.
I think she was a deadbeat mom. I think that's more likely.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Lord.
So
oh my god, I just saw the doll coming out. I just saw that picture. And then the rubber gloves like guiding the baby out of the doll vagina.
Yeah.
Well, and then it was a boy, and they named him Hunter. Mm-hmm. I mean, so it's still a mystery?
Yeah, it says it's really like a bizarre disappearance. Well,
it really is.
He just went radio silent. But there's the assumption, or not, some people assume, and I think like members of his family have come out to say that there's some mental illness there. And
I would think so.
Yes, I would too. But I mean, it's very important to show you pictures of the birthing of the sex doll. I want to see who shared this with us. It was Irving A.
Thank you, Irving.
Thank you, Irving, for that. Yeah, it says, this week's sex doll reminded me of that wild and tragic story of Stephanie East, because it is tragic about him.
I like how Irving kind of thought we already knew about it, like that story. Like
remind us. Right? But I missed out on that one.
I love it so much. Okay, wait.
He could be like the guy I wonder where he lived. I didn't say.
They're usually in England for some reason.
In England?
I don't know
Susie,
why.
Did we talk about where the places where they're selling them the most?
Oh, you did.
The dolls? Yeah,
was
Texas and Michigan and Texas. Minnesota, was it? And we were like, oh, Michigan and Minnesota makes sense because they're cold.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Texas, though.
Well.
I mean, everything's bigger,
that makes sense too. God.
Can I just take a moment to, if you have a doll or if you have feet yourself, you might want to wear Rothy's shoes.
Oh, yes. I just sold my aunt on these the other day. And don't worry, I gave her our coupon code. They are the freaking best. She was on her way to go buy some shoes, and I stopped her because we live right next to each other. And I live right next to a shoe place. And I stopped her, or not stopped her, but we stopped and met up. And then she told me where she was going. And then I was like, wait, no, I have the best shoes. Because she said I need a pair of shoes that are going to be durable at the dog park. And I was like, I got you. I wore these on, like I say all the time, an actual military course. And so she was like, turned right around and went home and bought herself a pair.
That is great. Thank you,
I know.
Sarah.
I was like, yes. So thank you, Aunt Peg.
Well, because they
and you're welcome.
Super durable. But the beauty is they're stylish and sustainable too. And usually all three of those things do not go together, but they do with Rothy's. They're comfortable, they're washable. So they, if they get gross or dirty or stinky, throw them in the wash. Good as new. Promise you that. And they're made out of recycled plastic bottles, which is so cool too. They're very, very comfortable when you're out and about. You will not believe it. And now they have bags and washable masks as well. So they have tons of styles and colors and prints and patterns. They're always updating their inventory. I just love them. You guys have seen them in my Instagram a million times. Check out all the amazing shoes, bags, and masks available right now at rothys.com/braincandy. That's rothys.com, rothys.com/braincandy. Style and sustainability meet to create your new favorites. Head to rothys.com/braincandy today. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with Stephanie.
Yeah. I think it was, it was a while back. Like as Irving said, it was a while back. Do we recall the story?
Yeah, but
I'm thinking the tragic part isn't her going MIA. The tragic part is him having a mental illness, and because our brain candy brainiacs are like,
they're very sensitive about that.
Yes, they are.
They don't like when I make jokes about people that have endured those times. But I guess I feel like, even though it seems obvious that if you marry and have a baby with a doll that you are suffering from illness, but it almost feels like more of a performance than a sickness. But I guess those things can overlap.
It's a symptom. Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, do you? Yeah. I know that I'm constantly bothering you to analyze
but
this.
It's not bothering me. It's like my favorite thing in the world. All I want to do. You know how much I miss being in school and oh my God, I'm going to guest lecture in a class soon, and I am like, yes, just get to the Q&A.
Well,
ask me questions and I can answer.
Do you believe that this man really thinks of it as a relationship?
I think that people can convince themselves of anything, and I think that there's a part of that the brain does a lot of work, which doesn't really feel like work to us, but it's a lot of work for the brain to protect us.
Yeah.
And it'll protect us from whatever we've deemed dangerous. And if that is the loss of this relationship, if that is the realization that, we see a more, like a less serious or less extreme version of this would be almost like the denial that you feel when maybe a loved one has passed away, and you kind of there are cases we've seen this before where you're just like, I'm just going to keep on, and I'm not talking about living with a dead body. That's taking it to extreme, but just that I'm not even going to believe it. I'm just going to, go on about how things normally were. And this is just, there's something in there, I think it said he was a veteran. And so there was PTSD there.
Okay.
And, I think that anything that you do to cope, the brain needs to take care of itself. And so it just
seems like so much work. The way that they talk about these relationships, it sounds like a real relationship, which is not easy.
This is the crazy thing.
Okay.
Not crazy, but really not when you've really, I can understand this. And this is why I get, because all of that work is done to avoid the intense pain and a feeling that's so great. It's like saying I don't know why people do drugs to numb pain. Well, I do.
Yeah,
to numb
I
pain,
get that.
And this is another version of this is it doesn't work on the same reward pathway, maybe, but there might be elements of love maybe does, and maybe there's something about feeling safe and feeling secure, whatever. There's so much, and so I just, I don't know. I feel like I lost my train of thought there. What was I saying about? I was just thinking about him, and I was just thinking about what like the kind of person who would like the brain protecting itself.
Yes.
And how they're trying to avoid those feelings. So if the work that he's putting in, if you were to put it on a scale in his mind, it's way lighter.
It just
light
seems like,
work compared to going there emotionally. That in his mind would break him.
Let's say somebody didn't want to feel the pain of being dumped or whatever. And so then as a result, they avoided relationships altogether.
Yeah.
That I get. But let's say this guy has that same fear. And so instead of dating a real woman, he dates this doll. Okay.
But it would go deeper than that. It would be like there was something that, I mean, it would have to be a whole bunch of, could be a whole bunch of things of like he felt rejected and there was a feeling of like hopelessness maybe of I've given up.
Right. So this created meaning.
Yeah. Okay. And it's almost like it's, if you were that person who said, I've given up and I just avoid relationships, you are, really, if you want to like look at it this way, worse off because you're depriving yourself from from even loving.
True.
And those feelings of love. So you're cutting yourself off from that emotion. This guy, even though he wasn't able to have the intimate relationship with a real human woman, he still wanted the feelings of love and at least allowed himself to experience
like
that.
Like the simulation.
Which is, you can then, maybe you can like work with that more than somebody who's like, nope, I'm completely shut off. It's dangerous. I mean...
Oh, it's so curious.
Maybe I'm giving him too much credit that I do
well,
do that.
We're basing it on just nothing. We don't know anything. But
we don't know anything.
But it's always curious when you actually see these guys. They do not look like you would imagine the guy that dates a doll.
They look like that looks like what I would imagine.
Wait, do you see what he looks like?
Yeah.
Wait, let me see. Is it in that picture you sent me?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Wait. Where is he?
Wait, let's see.
I see the doll,
he's not.
and
I don't think he is. He's not in there. He's not in that picture. He looks. It does look like who.
Okay.
I would have to find
Well,
it again,
sometimes they are like bodybuilders and stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not that.
Wait, let me see. Terry, his name is.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's suspiciously missing from the images that I...
Yeah.
So maybe, okay.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll send it to you next time we have a little commercial break.
Oh, my God, I see him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. He fits more into like what you'd imagine.
Yeah. He's maybe a little bit on the incel side.
Looking at looking at them holding the baby. Oh my God.
I know.
Sarah.
And
it's very realistic.
And then how about the people who allow him to live in that reality? Like the friend who's...
What would you do if I did that?
Ooh, I probably would allow you to live in that reality. I'd have to like slowly, not like allow you to, but I would have to do you play into it? I don't know. I've never worked with anybody who's
I think you
had
do a
that
great
or
job
wanted to change.
Of like making me feel loved and have trust, but then you try to sort it out.
We might go deep into maybe use that workshop I did a little bit ago and go into those ego states and kind of say who needs this doll and
maybe you'd be like, you know what you need, Suze? You just need a really great shampoo.
That helps a lot with a lot of stuff. Help. It's just like good to just start with the basics.
Yeah,
and then see.
Yeah, and go from there. And thanks to Function of Beauty, you can customize your hair products for exactly the hair needs that you have. So you take this little quiz online, tell them about your hair and your hair goals, like if you want long hair, volume, or oil control. And then they will whip up a special blend just for you and send it to your door, and you can have beautiful curls like Sarah.
Thank you.
I mean, really. Or you can, like, have color-protected hair like I do. Because, I mean, let's face it, bleach is not doing me any favors. But Function of Beauty is. So this is a great way that you can help your hair and never buy off the shelf just to be disappointed ever again. Go to functionofbeauty.com/braincandy to take your quiz. Save 20% on your first order. That applies to their full range of customized hair, skin, and body products. Go to functionofbeauty.com/braincandy to let them know we sent you and get 20% off your order. functionofbeauty.com/braincandy.
Yes. Yeah. So that's thank you. Shout out to him for not even reminding us, introducing us to
he knew
Stephanie
what we needed.
East, who was gone so fast, in and out of our lives.
Gone too soon.
Yeah, gone too soon. R.I.P. Maybe, question mark. Do you want to hear? Because I have so many interesting and weird. This is like the poopery episode. The potpourri. What is the word? Poo-poo platter? Potpourri.
Right.
But then people joke and say poopery. Is that what happens?
Potpourri.
Okay.
The
potpourri slash. Oh, you know what?
Oh man.
I think the question just answered itself.
Never mind.
As it always does.
Okay.
Would you like to hear about the original use or sell or what they were selling them as for butt plugs?
Oh, right.
Have you seen
this?
Yes, or as they say, rectal dilators.
Yes, it was not. It was making really ambitious claims, as I recall.
Like the most ambitious ever. So I don't know what was happening in right now. It's hilarious. I didn't even think. And because the brand,
yes.
Right. I was like, why does that sound like a thing?
Why does that sound right?
Because it is a thing. That's hilarious. Shout out to them. So okay, I don't know if this was just like the natural evolution of the medical field, but in like the 1800s, people became obsessed with like putting things up their butt and like that, like medical solutions in different holes of the body. We'll call it that.
Yeah.
Like there was like tobacco smoke enemas that they tried in the 18th century. These physicians were like, they tried to do it with drowning victims. How crazy is that?
What were
they
they doing?
Like, blowing tobacco smoke up their bums to try to wake them up from drowning. Guess what? Didn't work.
Oh my God. Do you think it worked one time and that's why they thought it was a great idea?
I don't know.
How did they even get the impression that was helpful?
Well, it said despite having no medical benefits whatsoever, the practice was popular. So this is it. Is like, do we just like when it was on Valentine's Day? I was watching something on somebody posted something on TikTok, and it was this doctor who was like, Valentine's Day is the worst, or maybe I saw it on like funny tweets about Valentine's Day, and the doctor was like, I'll tell you why it's the worst. I got 6 people in here with stuff up their butt.
Oh my God.
That I have to remove. Stop being weird.
No way.
Yeah. Who were not using it for its original intended purposes that Dr. Young created for his, what he called Dr. Young's ideal rectal dilators.
Ideal.
Created in 1890. Ideal. Isn't that funny?
Yes. Rectal dilators.
Yeah. They look exactly the same as what.
Yeah, they did.
Any and all, like, they all look the same. I mean, really.
It looked like a modern day butt plug.
You don't need to update that. Yeah. And it was sold not at all as a sexual object, but as a serious medical tool. But here's the question. Do you really think that, do you think it was like, you know how they sell like personal massagers, like back massagers, like before they called them like vibrators.
Yeah.
Do you think it's this situation where people were just like obsessed with putting things up there because like people like that and it feels good, or like people want to experiment or whatever the heck, and they just wanted to hide it under the.
Oh, okay.
You see what I mean?
Okay. Right. Like everyone was like, wink, wink, this is good for your health, but really.
Right.
Okay.
Is it like we all knew and we're not in the know because we weren't back there then?
I kind of feel like they just, you know how sometimes when you go number 2 how after you're done, you feel like $1 million. Like
$1 million, billion.
Wow, that felt really good. I feel cleansed. Maybe they kind of really thought it was better, better than.
I wonder what year was Freud doing his stuff?
Oh, that is a good question.
Yeah,
when
Freud.
was he active? Okay, let's look.
Look at us. Susie and Sarah has a theory. 1850, same time frame. Same time frame. Oh, this is it. Look at, we're on to something.
They were connecting
dots. Get loud, but not loud because friends in a minute.
Yeah, let's not be rude.
Let's not be loud. I can't be screaming about rectal dilators when my boyfriend's
People
in a
frown
meeting.
upon it. I don't know why.
That's rude. Okay, do you want to hear the instructions?
Yeah.
For the medical instructions.
And the claims, what they said would come from it. Mm-hmm.
Naturally. Yeah. They were, okay, so these are the instructions that it told the users who were encouraged to self-prescribe and administer. Thank God.
The picture that I saw, there was different sizes. Was that?
Yes, correctamundo.
Okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to make sure that was the case, not that it was one and then it could be expanded. Because it says dilator.
Yeah.
So I thought the plug gets wider if you do something.
Oh, no. Yep, get ready for this.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. First, warm dilator in warm water. Then lubricate outside of dilator with Dr. Young's Pilament. Or if it's not available, with Vaseline. First of all, that's like,
An enema?
No, a Pilament is like a, I think it's like a Vaseline. It's like a lube.
It's lube,
So he was like, get my dilators, but also don't forget to stock up
it's
on.
an add-on.
So cross promotion. Yeah, it's like an add-on.
Right.
Thank you.
An upsell.
Yes, that's what upsell. Thank you. He's upselling already in the instructions, which we should be questioning right away. Yeah. And while in a squatting position or while lying on your side with the knees drawn up, gently insert the rectum as far as the phalange or rim. The instructions read: hold in place a minute, and the anal muscles will and the anal muscles will close and retain it. Sit or lie down and allow it to remain for a half an hour or an hour to get the best results. 10 minutes will accomplish much. Wait, I'm not even done yet.
Oh my God.
Do you have any comments as we go along?
I cannot believe people were doing this, but go ahead.
I feel like I can. They were also bloodletting and I don't know, whatever the hell else.
People are still doing this, so I don't know why I'm shocked.
Yeah, right. I'm like, Susie, come on.
Right, I know, I'm so naive.
Who hasn't?
Who among us?
Who among us?
Right.
When ready to go to the next larger size, it is best to first use for a few minutes the same size you have been using, inserting and withdrawing it several times.
No!
This sounds like I'm reading naughty stuff. This is one of my favorite lines. This is very beneficial and should not be overlooked.
Stop.
But this is, oh God. And then the package also noted that it should not be used by anyone under the age of 8 without doctor supervision.
Oh my God.
So let's really hope that they're not doing that, because that's terrible.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
So did it come as a set? Like you got several sizes? And then you would oh no.
Mm-hmm. It came up to number 5, which was more than 1.5 inches thick.
Okay, and what did it fix? And what did it say you would benefit from?
It said that it would help with defecation by strengthening and toning the muscles.
Toning? I think it loosens things up.
You think, or is it like Kegel? Like, what are those balls? Those, that they put in there and then in like a vagina in a woman's vagina puts it there, and then it tightens the muscles because it's naturally wanting to hold it in place.
That's true.
So the claims are insane, though. But okay, get ready.
Let's hear it.
It could relieve foul breath and bad tastes in the mouth. Sallow skin, which I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Right. It's just without any sort of rosiness.
Oh, okay. So pasty. Acne, anemia, mental hebitude. I don't even know what that is. Insomnia, anorexia, headaches, diarrhea.
Anorexia?
Which
how's it going to cure that?
I do not know.
You're putting it in the wrong hole.
Hemorrhoids, prolapse, flatulence, indigestion, nervousness, irritability, and cold extremities. And some notice that you might have a better night's sleep.
Come on.
No.
I feel like they overpromise. Yeah. They should make them like real simple.
Yeah. But don't worry, this is another one of those stories where the judge does the right thing because there was a court case that happened, and I don't know what year the court case was. But one of the funny things is that court cases have names of who the plaintiffs are and everything. So it's the U.S. versus 67 sets of Dr. Young's rectal dilators.
Oh my God.
Isn't that funny? And that's actually a court case on file. And the FDA ruled that there were the claims could not be backed up and there was no evidence and that it would be dangerous to your health if used with frequency and duration prescribed or recommended. And so, yeah.
Well,
there you go.
Sarah and I both know this to be true. A better solution if you have fatigue or a poor mood or whatever is Liquid IV.
Way better.
Way better. And you can put it in your mouth. Way better
claims. Way more backed up by science.
So, what's cool about Liquid IV is that I love it for the hydration multiplier, but they also have the energy multiplier. And so if you are feeling groggy or you lose steam in the afternoon after lunch, then Liquid IV can help because you pour the little packet into your drink. And it gives you an energy blend that tastes delicious, it provides a lasting energy boost throughout the day. And so instead of having 1 or 2 cups of coffee and then crashing, you can do this instead, which is much better for you. It's high in antioxidants and improves your mood and focus. If you grab your Energy Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use our code CANDY at checkout. It's 25% off anything you order when you use promo code CANDY at liquidiv.com. Start fueling your adventures today at liquidiv.com, promo code CANDY.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did some quick little diving in deeper on when it was that the FDA shut him down. So first of all, in 1893, in Medical News, which is an editorial, it noted that Dr. Young, had these amazing dilators, and it also should be mentioned that he was the editor of that medical news journal. And so he praised the dilators in there as a cure for insanity, claiming that at least 3/4, and this is a quote, 3/4 of all the howling maniacs of the world were curable in a few weeks time by the application of orificial methods, the Medical News said. Yes.
Oh, my God.
That was 1893, okay? It wasn't until, guess what year? I mean, it's not crazy, but how long do you think that took to shut down?
I would have
guess what year the
a
FDA?
Year or 2.
Try 1940. That was 50 years
sick.
Of slinging butt plugs, claiming they're going to cure insanity.
That guy really should have gone with the under promise, over deliver, because he's making all these claims that are ridiculous. He should have just been you know what? You might like the feeling.
Yeah, that would have been easier.
Right.
And that's what that's what I feel like they, and maybe he was trying to do, and he was just try it, and then was all these claims, and maybe
try it, you'll like it.
Right. What do you think the percentage of people out there this? I'm sure that Cosmo or somebody's done some poll. I don't know why it would have to be Cosmo, but on what's the percentage of people who enjoy anal
butt
sex
play.
or enjoy butt play?
I think it's a high percentage.
I think so too. I think it probably would be too. And maybe he was just it's a numbers game, and I'm just gonna
right.
I'm just gonna make all these claims, and if 10 people show up and 4 of them are yep, this was great, it doesn't matter what the other 6, you got customers for life. I don't know.
Well, and maybe he felt like he had to say all the medical stuff because for some reason it was frowned upon for it to be just pleasure.
Oh, good point.
But
they were doing a bunch of weird stuff. They were also trying to cure like women of, what do they call it? Hysteria?
Yeah.
I hate that. with orgasms.
But they were successful.
Yeah, and you know what? Those women really did need that and deserve that. So I'm fine with that
no
one.
wonder they were nuts.
Oh, that is really funny. Okay, so that was hilarious. Gosh, all of mine. Maybe it was because it was like around Valentine's Day that I was like looking at this stuff. So it's a lot of like weird sex-related stuff or body-related stuff.
I'm fine with that.
Have you seen this trend or I don't even know if it's a trend, but it's like a question people ask on TikTok where they'll be like, show me your weird thing, like the weird body stuff.
Oh, I haven't seen this, no.
Oh, yes. Okay, so this is a thing where people, like, somebody will put up a post or whatever, and it'll say, like, basically, like, the body does weird stuff. Like, what's a really weird thing that your body does that you're not sure anybody else's body does?
I love that.
And, right? I love it,
yeah.
right? So this one I was like, and there were a whole bunch on there, but this one I wanted to share with you. So this woman said that she's posting, like, she encouraged her best friend to post a video. And so when she was 2 years old, this girl, when she was 2 years old, her mom like accidentally slammed the door on her finger and it ripped the top piece of her finger off. Mm-hmm. And this was like in the 90s. And then she got a skin graft for it. And skin grafts at the time were taken from pieces of healthy skin somewhere on your body. Yeah. And so they took a piece of skin. They didn't want it to be, they didn't want the scar to be in any place like where it would grow, it would get larger. So they took it from the groin area in her bikini line.
Okay.
Yep. And so then I think there was something happened when she was like in the healing process where like maybe it got infected or like it healed wrong and it like turned brown and the color wasn't as normal as it should be. Mm-hmm. But what the really weird part was that as soon as she hit puberty, she started growing hair in her pubic region and on her finger.
No way.
Yep, because the hair, like, that so sick, in the same way that they do hair transplants where it's used to promote hair growth.
Yeah.
And they take follicles from one area, like the back of the head, and they transplant it to where they need it to grow. That's what happened. And,
Sarah.
And they took,
How did they not foresee this?
Like, it does seem kind of obvious to me.
Yeah.
I mean, but maybe I know that now because, I have a friend who is trans and was telling me about the process of how first there has to be laser hair removal done because you use the skin and it becomes the internal part of the vagina. And you don't want that to be hairy in there.
Right. Okay.
Because that would be like putting it
this
into
makes good sense
fur-lined pocket.
Fur-lined.
No, her words, not mine.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah. So I feel like, I was like, that seems, but you could just get laser hair removal to take that off. But
yeah, but
that still seems like the doctors, that seems like they should have
even though we're saying that seems obvious, it does seem like, how deep is a hair follicle?
I don't think that deep. They're right on the surface, right? Yeah.
So that's why it was like still sprouting hair. I can't believe it survived though. Yeah. The move from the groin to the finger, the follicle. You know what I mean?
I think they're sturdier than you think.
I guess so.
That if you can connect nerves and if you can connect I'm trying to think of other. Because they do skin grafts from other places. It is crazy that it was when she hit puberty.
How many hairs do you think it was?
Good question.
Like, what do you
Probably
picture?
Not. Well, it was enough to where she said that the kids at school called her Coochie finger.
Stop it.
This is a quote.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Why in the world wouldn't you not shave it?
I love that that's the part that you really find the most hilarious.
Right. Because think of all the things that had to happen. Okay, first they had the injury, then they had the transplant, then they hit puberty, then they sprouted hair, and let it grow long enough without removing it. Well,
yeah, but I feel like you wouldn't even really know. It just like hair grew on the knuckle. It's just like your top of your finger. You just think like, oh, weird. Yeah, because it was the top of her finger.
I was like, picturing
knuckle,
like the fingertip.
Well, it's not growing off like the tip of it. That would be funny.
That's what I was picturing. Like curly cues growing right out of the top.
Oh, I'm picking. Then it would seem that's hilarious. But I think it's the top of her finger. Okay. I think it's I didn't see, there wasn't a photo. But
okay. So
yeah, I definitely.
It's on the outside, not on the palm side.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what she said. She said top of her finger. Yeah. Coochie finger. That's so funny that you love that. Yeah. So.
Okay, wait.
I thought that they were all related to 45.
Let's regroup and talk about something that will get my mind off of that, which is the stress that people feel when they have all kinds of debt and don't know what they're going to do and don't feel empowered. Matter. It is not a laughing matter. And thanks to Upstart, you can get control of your finances because it is the fast and easy way to get a personal loan to pay off your debt all online, whether you're paying off credit cards or high interest debt or funding your personal expenses, whatever. Over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get a simple fixed monthly payment. So you can go on, take a 5-minute online rate check. You can see your rate up front for loans from $1,000 to $50,000, and you can get approved the same day. Super convenient, great option if you're struggling with debt. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/braincandy. That's upstart.com/braincandy. Don't forget to use our URL and let them know we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your application. Go to upstart.com/braincandy. Well, was there like a happy ending, or it was just like, that's the story?
No, that's it. That's the story. Okay. It's TikTok. It's like 20 seconds.
Wow.
That's it.
Coochie finger.
Some of the other ones that were noteworthy, or one that was noteworthy, a woman, and maybe you've heard of this. I have not, because I have not breastfed before or have children. And so have you seen or heard of people who can shoot breast milk out of their armpit?
No.
I'm totally serious. I'm not even kidding one little bit. I thought maybe this would be something that, like, I don't know, so the breast tissue doesn't just stop at the breast. There's like a tail of it that's like called the auxiliary tail of Spence, and it extends like under the arm area, and that can get engorged during breastfeeding, and it never gets drained because no baby drinks out of the armpit. So the tissue like stops producing milk pretty quickly, but sometimes it can like hold it in there, and if you like squeeze your skin there. I saw this woman on squirt milk right out of her armpit there.
Did she seem to indicate that it was pain-free?
No, it looked painful.
No.
It looked like it was not comfortable.
No, it doesn't sound comfortable. My God.
And because I'm sure that probably, I don't know, that whole thing doesn't seem very comfortable.
It was not for me. And it's so fascinating because it is obviously very natural and a wonderful blessing and all of that. But it does sometimes feel, at least it did for me, like this is not natural. It is super painful and so unreliable. Like a lot of people struggle with producing enough.
So unreliable.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that there was like this incident, but just like imagine if that were you. Oh. That would be a bad day. Do you think she has to go to the doctor, or it just solves itself?
No, you just drain it. You just do it yourself. Yeah, it just solves itself.
But then if you're draining it, your body thinks the baby's drinking it, and then what if it makes more?
Again, TikTok, 20 seconds.
I know, we need more information.
Or like however long. People are going to be like, they're 60. I have no idea. This is like, I'm not good at this. I wear skinny jeans and do a side part. Come on.
Regarding the body that can do weird things, I always kind of thought that everyone likes to say, can you curl your tongue,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that you love pointing out that I love to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So this is, you know what I mean. People are going to be like, what is she talking about? So when that question comes up, and I don't know how this has come up often that Susie and I have been together, enough for there to be a pattern of behavior. So that comes up and I go, I can. And then Susie rolls her eyes. And then she goes, oh, for Pete's sake. She loves showing people that she can do this. I love it no more than the regular person. I merely answer the question enthusiastically of, hey, can you do this? And Susie's answer is no. So she's all bitter, and it's hilarious.
No,
you can.
I can do
that
it.
does make this as funny, but that's still hilarious.
Well, but the thing is, my husband and I can both do it, and our son can't.
What?
And that freaks me out because I thought it was genetic.
Are you sure you can't do it? Wait.
We both
can't.
can.
He might. No.
Lincoln
He might
cannot.
not have the muscles yet. Maybe.
Oh,
Is
you
that a
think?
thing? I don't know. I'm totally making this up. Have you done any looking into this?
Well, he said that everyone else in his class can.
Oh, okay. Well, he should be able to.
Last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
they did that because they did the little test because that's what they do.
Kids love
and they
shit
like
like
to do
that.
Oh my God, I love shit like that.
I just don't understand how he got some weird recessive gene that made him one of these people that Sarah tortures with her showing off. It's so weird.
So funny. Oh, that is, I don't know how that works at all.
Do you think that you have any body things that are unusual?
I know I do.
What?
I can turn my feet almost all the way around backwards.
That's right.
I
That is
also
weird.
love to show that, but now I can't do that. I mean, I should probably limit my doing of that because I feel like that comes with like hip issues. Like one night I was just laying down in bed and I just like, I was in just on my back, just laying down on my back, like maybe sit propped up a little bit with a couple pillows. And all I did was like flex my legs straight. Oh my God, you would have thought I stepped on like bubble wrap. Like all my hips popped and I was like, what the F was that? Like,
Yeah, your body
everything
gets
was in the wrong
noisy when you
place.
age.
Good Lord. But yeah, so maybe it's from turning my feet around all the time. But okay, so that one I can like touch my tongue to my nose. I
Yeah.
can pick my nose with my tongue.
Do you think that
less popular the older you get?
do,
More popular with young kids.
do you think that is because you have a very long tongue or because
I think it's
the nose placement on your face?
The nose placement on my face? My brother always used to joke that all my face is right in the middle. Because it's true. I don't know. I've got like a lot of extra room on the sides and the
That's
chin.
interesting.
Yeah, and when you look at a picture, you'll be like, I get what he's saying.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not wrong. And then it's what I really think it is for people is the how connected that little thing under your tongue is.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever they call that. Mm-hmm. And when that one is super connected, back to loop it back around, women have trouble breastfeeding. When the baby has whatever that is
tongue-tied.
called. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then if that you just so I think that is more of that, you know.
But sometimes, like Gene Simmons or whatever his name is,
people just have long ass tongues.
Yeah, he does have very
he's got
long
a big tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I saw an article on Geographic Tongue the other day, and I thought of you. And they were like, "Yes, it's a real thing." I think it was like because I was looking at like body anomaly things. I can't remember what it said, but Susie has that. People,
I do. I have geographic tongue, but I had read about how people with COVID can get COVID tongue, and I looked at a picture, and it looked just like geographic tongue. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm a high risk. I need that vaccine. I'm high risk over here.
Yes, because of your geographic tongue. Okay, so because I was going to give you options before, but we just dove right into the poopery story.
We did.
The other thing that was on my list was something that I had mentioned we had just talked about a whole bunch of stuff a while back, and I never got to this, but they were ridiculous lawsuits.
Oh, yeah.
And a list of the
you were
people.
share that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, in like my whole apartment thing, which, by the way, repairs are, cross my fingers, hopefully getting done.
Cross my fingers before you move out.
This week. I'll be moving in 2 weeks. So that's crazy to me, but whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like in the mood for looking up all of these. And I think I was talking to maybe it was my mom, and she was talking about like, oh, people sue for, like, of course you have to do that. People sue for everything, like the McDonald's thing. And I had seen a documentary on that. And I was like,
that was not ridiculous.
Not ridiculous. I'm sure we've talked about this before,
we have,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was not ridiculous. But there are so many that are so good and ridiculous. Or remember that one that you talked about where the guy was suing his parents for bringing him into this world?
Yeah, I support that.
Yeah. Well, this one is right up there too. It's a man, he was a Dutch man, he's 69 years old, and he wanted to legally change his age in order to avoid ageism.
Yeah.
He claimed that he felt discriminated against because his real age was affecting his job and his prospects as well as his chances of success, and I kid you not, on Tinder.
On Tinder. I support this lawsuit. I think it's a fair grievance. I share it. I would like to join and do class action.
Well, sorry, plaintiff lost.
Oh, damn
Judge
it.
already. Yep.
On what grounds? I object.
On what grounds? Susie objects. She's going to appeal it, or
yes, I want to appeal
appeals.
it and add. I want to add another person to sue, like time. I want to sue the passage of time.
Well, it's like right up there with a lot of these things. Yeah. How about the man who sued his date for being on her phone?
Wow. And what was like the charge? Neglect?
37-year-old man from Austin, Texas, said he could not let go of that bad experience. So he sued his date, and they went to go see a movie, and she was on her phone in the movie. So he claimed that her behavior was breaking the theater rules and affecting the movie watching experience. And she agreed to pay him the $17.31 for her ticket if he left her alone. Yeah. And then soon after, he withdrew the lawsuit.
Yeah, okay, good. They settled.
He's just being petty.
No, I support that too.
37 years old. Could you imagine? Susie, I was just like, can you imagine being a 37-year-old guy? And also, I should mention the movie was Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I don't know why that matters, but I feel like it does. It really does. And so can you imagine being 37 years old and being so mad that the girl who agreed to date you and agreed to go see Guardians of the Galaxy on a date with you is on her phone, and you're going to sue her? Guess who's not getting laid? 100%.
I can imagine being annoyed about it, but suing, that is really something. Yeah.
I don't know. It's dumb. You want to hear one more?
Yes, I do.
Before we wind it down? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of one. Oh, this one I kind of get. Okay. And even though it was dismissed, I feel like I'm with her. Okay. So a woman sued because, and this was in California, she sued Jelly Belly. Okay. Because she was shocked that jelly beans contained sugar. Because,
Okay.
She sued alleging fraud, claiming that the company was misleading customers about how much sugar the snack actually contained. That's the part why she lost, because the total grams of sugar were clearly displayed in the nutrition facts.
Okay.
She didn't like that sugar has 61 different names.
Oh.
So they called it evaporated cane juice, and because she felt like it was misleading.
You're on her side?
I mean, not totally, but I do think that the food industry has gone to great lengths to hide sugar in food, and thank goodness we have the nutrition facts. But some people, like, even that's hard to read and hard to figure out.
But it's
and stuff
truthful.
Like that.
I mean, it is cane juice.
Yeah,
so
I know you're totally right. It's kind of like what you can't put. Please don't use on your hair on Gorilla Glue. Like, we just have to assume that you're not going to use this.
I know what you mean, though, that there are a lot of synonyms for sugar or sweetener, and maybe it would be nice if it were a little more streamlined.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think
but why did she think they were delicious?
Right. What do you think? Cane juice.
She thought it was from a cane.
Come on. Okay, I'm with you. Okay, one more, because this one is. I feel like you might have heard this. Okay. This happened in China, and this was a while, but this was in 2012. And this one is crazy, and I have to mention it because on all the other ones, the plaintiff lost.
Okay. This was successful.
One he won.
Okay.
Boy meets a pretty girl. Boy marries the girl. Mm-hmm. They have kids. Then
I remember
the baby
this.
is born. And the baby is what he calls and this is I would never call a baby this, incredibly ugly.
Yeah.
And didn't look like you're the parent. He accused his wife of cheating, and that was not the case. And at that point, she admitted that she had plastic surgery before they met, and he sued on grounds of false pretenses, claiming that she misled him by hiding her cosmetic history. And he won the case, and his wife had to pay him $120,000. What?
Oh my God! Imagine if you were that kid who grew up and your dad called you hideously ugly or whatever.
It's a daughter too.
Of course it is. He probably wouldn't have even cared if it were an ugly boy.
I know. I think that's more of the situation.
Wow. Had that husband not seen any pictures of her pre-surgery?
Is it really false pretenses if you don't disclose? I mean, that seems crazy.
Right. I wonder if she had actually lied. I wonder if he had asked her and she lied, or whether she omitted the truth.
False pretenses. It's claiming she misled him by hiding her cosmetic history.
Wow.
Huh. That is too much for me. I'm sorry. But
I am
on the side of the, not the plaintiff.
Don't you love that that's the one where the judge was like, I see your point. She is ugly.
It's so... Come on. Yeah, that's really. I feel like that was almost the only one. I mean, this was like a list of like 80 or something.
If there's one thing everyone agrees on is that women ought to be beautiful, and if they're not,
gross. It's once again, it comes back to being pissed and mad at the patriarchy.
Yes.
So, I'm pretty sure we could probably blame Sugar and Jelly Belly fiascos on them too, or something.
Oh my God.
Yes, Susie.
Wind it down, then.
Let's wind it down, man.
We'll do that. We really wound me up.
Maybe we can wind it down with some butt plugs, because that was the original use for them.
Right.
It's supposed to relieve your tension and
that's
anxiety.
That's our problem.
Mm-hmm. Solve and cure insanity.
If you know...
Maybe that's what that doll guy needed.
I was going to say, if you know where Stephanie East is, please call our hotline, 724-634-8776, and tell us where Stephanie East is.
I'm going to have to make a jingle for that song. For that.
Right, yes, on your uke.
Like 8675309 kind of thing.
Yes. You can work on that
That is so funny. Yes. So, yes, I took you down the wonderful world of...
Coochie fingers.
Coochie fingers, weird people who can shoot some milk out of armpits. We talked about some crazy... Just, don't sue anybody. If it's, ridiculous.
Yeah. But if you do, Susie will join you in that legal battle.
Yeah. And, unless you're, a resident in an apartment complex and you, in which case you should sue. God, I
Good
hope
work
so.
on these articles. That was really hilarious stuff you brought to the table.
I'm so glad you like us, Susie. Yeah, I can't promise less poo stories.
No.
But I can continue to promise hilarity. And you should just give us a 5-star review.
Don't forget to subscribe, too, and tell a friend.
Oh, yes. Maybe 2.
Bye, everybody.
I hope you enjoyed that show. You got this far, so you must be a hardcore podcast fan. We'd love to invite you over to our podcast, Twinning at Life. We'll be gossiping about relationships, yes, ours included, bachelor chatter, pop culture, reality TV, and really a bunch of real-life stuff. Come join us and have some fun. Just search Twinning at Life on your podcast app.